Well, tonight we're engaging the Deputy Governor, Machakos County, that is Francis Mwangangi, has been Member of Parliament for Yata, now moved to the Executive as the Deputy Governor to Wavinya Ndeti. Today the President was in your county, probably even before we talk about the pushback. Karibu sana, Deputy Governor to KBC.
Thank you.
Asante sana. The President was in your county today, launching, or rather the groundbreaking for 5,000 units affordable housing. Is that a good thing for the people of Machakos?
Very good, very good, very good, and we are very much impressed. It was not only launching of houses. Today, as a full, well-constructed school, modern school, was handed over to the Minister of Education at the same site. An hospital was also handed over to the county government of Machakos with a promise from the national government that they are going to improve on the same in the very near future. And the third thing was a full police division in the same area. That was not enough. Today the national government through the head of state has committed to end water shortage challenges within Maboko and by extension Machakos County. And what impressed me so much is the polluting of Athi River that the President committed the national government to ensuring it is clean within the shortest time possible. And we were impressed.
You were impressed.
We were impressed.
And because, of course, go ahead.
Because there is that partnership. If I'm to quote the head of state, he talked of a collabo.
Yeah, he said collabo.
Yes, and he talked about it. He mentioned it almost 3 times between the national government, county government, and other development partners. It is impressive.
All right. Of course, as that was happening, there was something else happening in Nairobi. Your coalition was holding consultative forums. But before we even talk about that, very quickly, from a legislator to the executive, how is that switch? What is the difference for you?
Currently, there is a lot of engagement. There is a lot of call for duty. There is a lot of focus. Count is a huge thing. There has to be a lot of consultation in terms of leadership, unless for me, I think it is a challenging task, a very challenging task, because as a member of parliament, he was the boss. Now, as a deputy governor, there is a boss who is the governor. There is the county assembly, and there has to be consultation up, down, everywhere. And then it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good experience. However, in Parliament, there was that freedom of legislating. You sit down, you think, you are assisted to do a lot of research to ensure if it is a legislative bill that you are coming up with, you are aided from many corners to ensure at the end of the day it is a good thing. In the county, you are to the executive. You need not to now think of legislating other than now leading, managing, consulting, holding meetings. And now I'm finding it funny, because anywhere I appear within the county, it is like I'm expected to do 1 or 2 things which I'm not used to. It is a challenge, but less than 3 months to the office, I'm finding it interesting.
All right.
Yes.
And obviously, you're doing a good job. Let's talk about what was happening today in Nairobi. As Azimio was launching those consultation forums, today they're saying they will have others on Monday during Jamhuri Day celebrations. But you are one person in Azimio who has been outspoken against the consultation rallies, or what people have called demonstrations. Why?
One, it is good for viewers and Kenyans to understand picketing, demonstrating, are guaranteed by the current constitution. But what I was, my own take at personal level, this is not the position of the county government of Machakos or anybody within that government. This is personal. I had a feeling that as much as we have a point that the current government promised easier life, cost of living was supposed to have come down. There was an issue touching on the current ASLA fund being free of interest. All those challenges anybody can understand. The only thing is, how do you address them? Is there any way those in power and those ideally in opposition can sit down and agree? Because if you resort to, for example, mass action, and there are destructions, who is benefiting? Point number 2 is, if we go that route, is the country gaining or losing? Number 3, if there is no dialogue at the end of everything, then where do we go? So what I said of the weekend on Sunday, and that clip, I'm sure it is very much available. I said, among the leaders in this country who can be trusted is none other than Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. If he can team up with the church, the leadership from both sides can be brought on the table, agree on the way forward, and some of these things can be addressed without necessarily engaging Kenyans in the manner in which we are currently doing. I'm not saying it is a bad thing. It is a good thing, but I know the end result is not going to be.
Have you had discussions with your party leader about the same? Because you're saying he's best suited, obviously, to do the negotiations or lead the pushback, but not in the sense that they're advocating for. Have you had a conversation with him?
Not in this specific issue.
Okay.
Not in this specific issue. And again, within the Wiper party, I'm a too junior person. I'm too junior person to. You can only give a solicited advice, not the one which is not solicited. So, in this case, as a leader, I'm also entitled to my views. Why am I saying this? We are less than 3 months after we took over at the county level, after the government took over at national level. I'm sure even our mothers, respectively, whoever conceived during that period, you cannot very well identify if she is or she isn't. It is too early.
It is too
and I'm concerned that even Kenyans might tend to say, we went through an election the other day. A few months, less than two and a half months into this after this government took over. Now there we are. It's like we want to take Kenyans the same route. I'm not sure the reaction from the masses.
All right.
Yeah.
In a minute, because we need to wind up, the aspect of opposition counties working with government, because here, as we say, it is your right to work with the national government, but then there's this pushback also being advanced by Azimio. But tell us, as a person probably representing an opposition county,
yes,
the modalities of working with government in a minute, probably.
It's not modalities. We have only one policy, that the same people being served by the national government are the same people we are serving. When President William Ruto visited Kisumu, the county governor, Professor Nyang' Nyong'o, was in hand to receive him and took him around. they did some developments in that part of the world. It's not different from Machakos, and whenever there is anything that is benefiting the people of Machakos, as a county government, we have resolved we will be there to ensure we team up with the government and other development partners to ensure our people progress. Politics is coming, it's not far. 4 or 5 years is not a long period. It's coming, and we will not be judged by sitting or how much we criticize the government, but how much we have delivered, how much we have transformed our people. And I think that is the policy. Yes.
That's the policy. For obviously the opposition counties in that camera, your last word on that camera as we wind up.
All elected leaders, all leaders in this country, business people, religious, please put this country first. Put Kenyans first. Anything we do, anything we utter, how we behave, please put this country first.
All right.
Yes.
The Deputy Governor for Machakos County, Francis Mwangangi, speaking to us tonight. Obviously on the pushback by the opposition that we saw today, and Mwangangi feels the opposition is justified, but the course of action, that's where the difference is. That's where we put a cap on Prime Edition tonight. My name is John Jacob Kioria. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Lensa Odingo. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good night. And thank you, Mheshimiwa, for joining us tonight.
Thank you.